Welcome to the Footy Wrap for round 21 with your host Jeff Wortman and off his deathbed Paul Hogan.
I'm not well.
Feeling the best.
I'm not well.
Just excuse him if his jokes aren't up to their usual.
I went up bush on the weekend, not in the good way, on the horses. So I went horse riding and one sneezed at me, and 45 degrees is not good.
I don't think that's right.
No,
but
I got the flu. I got the horse flu.
You can't. That's not possible.
Yep.
Horse flu is like species specific.
I betcha.
Humans can't catch it.
Medicine is not a science, all right?
Well, actually, if you think you have, I've seen how the trainers take the horse's temperature.
Well, I'm willing to try anything because I tell you what, I know when the Saints,
It's been around for legends of the game, Paul, and we've seen this weekend alone Glenn Archer break Shimmer's record at North Melbourne for the most
306 games.
Yeah, the most games as a shin boner.
Yep.
We saw Nathan Buckley's triumphant return to Collingwood.
6 deliveries into the forward line, all smacking people on the chest.
He only had 14 touches, but it's worth pointing out that they were quality touches.
Yeah, it's worth 100.
Yeah, absolutely. A year out of the game and he just straight back into it.
Mark Riccuito back there at Adelaide didn't play extremely well.
How huge that was for Adelaide.
Yeah, but he inspires them.
I hope he doesn't get horse flu because he had parvo.
Oh, he's partial to a bit of
He would have had his influenza
disease.
shot this week, wouldn't he?
Not allowed to go to the zoo.
And finally, one of my favourites of all time, James Hird, playing his last game in Melbourne today with Kevin Sheedy, who's about to retire as Essendon coach as well. And during the week they held a press conference and they both talked about their favourite memories of each other.
I thought he looked so ferocious at wanting to win the 2000 premiership after seeing his club get beaten in '99. I think nothing was going to stop him to be a great captain and leader ever. I think he's got that. He's a great leader. I thought hugging the footy fan was a big one. It was a big one. I thought the woman that missed out that was in the aisle waiting for next, I thought she was very unfortunate. And I thought probably overcoming his busted skull and coming out to play with that little helmet on, and the first ball he went for, there was no reserve, straight at it.
The preliminary final against Adelaide, the talk he gave at half-time there, the way he inspired the players, and really, we were gone that day. We were 40 whatever points down. We were absolutely gone, and it's not so much what a coach says a lot of the time, it's the way and the passion and the belief they say it with. Like a lot of things coaches say are the same, but it's the way they say it and the tone, their voice, and you can just tell the passion that comes off them. And that's what I loved about that moment. And then the other one was the day my daughter was very sick in hospital and turned up 11 o'clock at night and just sat with us for an hour or two and just showed a real different side of Kevin Sheedy, the one that I'd never seen before, and the human side. And they're probably the two fondest memories, football and non-football, that I've got of Sheeds.
Well, obviously, you've got the sun hat on, having a nice afternoon in the park.
Yeah.
But when you left home, what was the score in the Bulldogs-Hawthorn game?
Okay, when I left home, the Bulldogs were up by about 4 goals at the end of the first quarter.
Fighting for their lives.
Fighting for their lives. It was going to be the big crunch game for them. I just phoned my brother. Hawthorn has won by 80 points. Lance Buddy Franklin kicked 2 goals, 11. Luke Hodge got 38 touches and kicked 6 goals. Like, what bizarro world are we living in?
Well, that cements their spot in the top 4.
Well, you'd think, because next week they take on Sydney, and Sydney are looking quite vulnerable after what Collingwood did to them at the MCG last night.
Paul, while we're on the topic of, I'm not mentioning which club in the top 8, but a top 8 club has been implicated by Channel 7 in another drugs controversy. Apparently they found a lady who remained anonymous. She found a document in the gutter outside a rehab clinic that implicated 2 top-line players of this club, which shall remain anonymous for legal reasons at the moment, who apparently are taking recreational drugs, and a few others are implicated as well.
But is this a secret? I mean, honestly.
But don't talk about it, because we can be fined.
Am I allowed to talk about the topic?
No, you're not.
Because I've got a guy.
What? Well, I don't think we should run.
I've got a guy.
We should probably run this past our legal people.
No, he knows things.
Is he reliable?
He's a good source. He's a reliable source.
Should we run with it? Have you put it together?
Yep.
All right, well, let's have a look at what he's got to say.
My sister goes out with this guy called Mark. And
Is Mark the player?
No, Mark's a sports psychologist.
And
he works,
legitimate?
He works at the club.
Yep.
And he knows that some of the players have been taking drugs. all kinds of drugs.
Mark knows, and he's a psychologist, so there's...
Mainly just to sort of, some of it is apparently sports, like enhancement sort of.
Yep, cheating.
Performance enhancing
Yep,
drugs.
and do you want to name some of the players?
Oh, look, I don't really want to give away top secret information, not just yet.
Okay. Do you want to give us a hint? Rhymes with?
Dough.
Dough. Rhymes with dough. Or is that like a cryptic clue, like bread? Butcher?
No, it rhymes with like do re mi.
Do re mi. Dale. All right, well, you make the connection. I'm not going to mention the names. That's the nature of the exclusivity. That's good. Just you can take it off. That'd be fine.
Everything's.
That's all right,
I'm
Andre.
not feel comfortable.
No, take it off. That's all right.
You're not still.
We're not going to roll anymore. We're just get your little glasses off and there we go. All happy. All right, I'll see you at soccer on
So
Sunday.
you won't tell anybody?
No, it's just between you and me.
Paul, maybe you've got finals fever. 'Cause we're only a week out. Maybe you've got finals fever early.
I've got finals fever.
Have you? Is that what it is?
Because do you know this season, the finals start a week early.
Yeah. What's?
You got the prelim finals first weekend. Well, we're going to have the prelim finals.
Teams fighting for that last spot in the eight.
Exactly. The prologue to the prelims. We've got Sydney taking on Hawthorn at the SCG. Hawthorn will want to win that for a top 4 position. Sydney will want to win that for a top 8. We've got Adelaide taking on Collingwood. If Adelaide lose, they're not going to be in the top 8.
Yeah, Brisbane have blown their chance against Adelaide this weekend, so Adelaide could sneak in there.
And Kangaroos taking on the Western Bulldogs. I mean, you could probably count the Western Bulldogs out now, but Kangaroos will want that position number 4 for the double chance. That'll be a massive game at the Dome.
Did you know that the Kangaroos have mooted that a certain player might come back just in time for finals?
I know.
A certain player that hasn't necked himself?
Yeah. Oh. Doesn't that make you shudder every time you hear that quote?
But
I would love Tomo to come back and just give it to Carey.
I'd love anyone to give it to Carey.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it to him now?
Oh, I would. You're a tosser. The man's a tosser. That's all there is to it.
And a fit Nathan Thompson.
I know.
Wouldn't that make Drew Petrie step on over and they'd have a good forward
Remember
line,
that 2 of them bloody
Yeah.
coming out of the square. Like, I'm not saying that they should just do that and stand there. That wasn't like some sort of ancient Thai way to intimidate someone. I was just suggesting they would both be in the goal square and just running out like that. Little Shannon Grant hopping around between them. It makes it very exciting. My hot tip for the Brownlow at the moment, I've moved away from Simon Black because he's had a second half of the year that's been rubbish. Brett Harvey.
Well, you aren't feeling the best anyway,
No.
so...
Any chance I could get you to take the temperature again?
Oh, yeah, no worries. Just pop it in your mouth and I'll...
No, the other way.
The horse way?
I'll buy you a drink. Just touch it.